Well, hello there and welcome to today's video. In this one I'm going to be ranking all 8 of the available DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And as you may know, I previously did a video ranking all of the DLC, but since then 2 more have released, and that video is still getting a lot of views. It's one of my best performing videos. I'm still getting comments on there asking about the recent DLC, so I thought I'd re-rate them all and do version 2 of the DLC ranked video. And please, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm covering Jurassic World Evolution 2, many other gaming topics all the time, but really focusing on Jurassic World Evolution 2 at the minute. So if that interests you, then please subscribe, hit the like button, all that stuff, and it's much appreciated, and thank you very much. And with all that being said, let's get into the video. So let me please first explain how I'm going to be ranking these DLCs. I'm going to be awarding up to 10 points for the dinosaurs contained in the pack, up to 10 points for the variants contained in every pack, up to 10 points for any extra campaign content, that includes possible chaos theories as well, up to 10 points for new maps that are contained within the DLCs, and the final criteria is a price modifier. And the way I'm working this out is change from £20. So for example, if a DLC is £5, it'd get a score of 15 because I'll be rounding in that kind of way, and that will give a final score for the DLC. And bearing in mind, if I can get this video out quick enough, up until the 17th of August 2023, the DLCs are like all on sale for like 75%, apart from the latest one, the Marine Species DLC. So if you are after DLC, now's a good time to get them, but bear in mind that these DLC do go on sale very often. So if you don't want to pay full price for DLCs, then just wait until one of these sales happens, usually every month. And that is definitely something to bear in mind. And in the previous DLC ranked video, I went through them all first and then listed them all in order at the end. But for this video, I'm actually going to list them in order right from the beginning, but still tell you everything that they contain. And to start us off then, in 8th place, we have the Deluxe Upgrade Pack. And this one was the first DLC pack to release. It released literally on release day of the game, and it contains 5 dinosaurs. And when I say dinosaurs, I don't strictly mean dinosaurs, but I'm calling them all dinosaurs for the sake of this video. And those are the Geosternbergia, the Attenborosaurus, the Pachyrhinosaurus, the Huayangosaurus, and the Megalosaurus. And most of the dinosaur pack DLCs have only 4, whereas this one has 5, and I have myself used all of these extensively through speed runs and campaigns and all sorts, and in sandbox as well. They are a great selection, and a real standout in this pack is the Attenborosaurus as well. So for the dinosaurs rating, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. For variants, this gets a 0 because there's no variants in this pack. 0 for campaign content because there's nothing extra added there. 0 for new maps because there's no new maps added either. And this pack retails at $14.99, so we'll call that 15. So change from 20 is £5, giving the Deluxe Upgrade Pack a grand total of 13. And in all honesty, this is much more expensive than the other dinosaur pack DLCs, hence why it scores so low on this list. In 7th place then, we have the Early Cretaceous pack. This was the second DLC pack to release, and this is a basic 4 species dinosaur pack containing the Kronosaurus, the Jazungaripterus, the Minmi or Minmi, and the Wuohosaurus. And I do like the dinosaurs in this pack, but they're not as plentiful, and in my opinion not as good as the Deluxe Upgrade Pack. So I'm going to give this a dinosaur score of 7 out of 10. A variant score of 0 because there's none in the pack. There's also no extra campaign content or extra maps, so 0 for both of them criteria. And what this pack does have going for it is the retail price, its normal retail price is £5.99, which I'm going to call £6, giving the Early Cretaceous pack a change from 20 score of 14. And a grand total of 21. In 6th place then, we have the Late Cretaceous pack, and this one is also a 4 dinosaur pack containing the Barbaridactylus, the Alamosaurus, the Australovenator, and the Styxosaurus. And I'm going to give the dinosaurs in this pack a score of 8 out of 10. For variants, campaign content and new maps, all 0 because it contains none of them, and it retails at the same price as the early Cretaceous pack, £5.99, which is like £6, so that gives it a change out of 20 score of 14 and a grand total score of 22, so a well deserved 6th place for the late Cretaceous pack. Next up then, in 5th place we have the Feathered Species Pack, and this one is one of the more recent DLC packs. It was the 7th one to release, and of course contains 4 new dinosaurs, those being the Eutyrannus, the Jeholopterus, Dinokyrus and Sinosauropteryx, and rest assured it has taken a few takes to pronounce these right. And I'm going to give the Feathered Species Pack a dinosaur rating of 8.5 out of 10. I do feel like the dinosaurs in this pack are slightly better than the late Cretaceous pack, and 2 standout species are the Eutyrannus and the Dinokyrus. They are great in this pack. And of course, with a species pack there's no variants, no campaign content or no new maps, so 0 for all 3 of them categories, and this retails at £5.99, giving it a change from 20 score of 14 and a grand total of 22.5, so a nice solid 5th place for the Feathered Species pack. In 4th place then we have the Marine Species Pack, and this one is the latest one to release, the 8th DLC pack in total, and it contains 4 marine species, those being Archelon, Nothosaurus, Dunkleosteus and the Shonisaurus, and each of which brings some much needed variety to the marine species, and the Nothosaurus and Archelon can actually pull themselves up onto rocks and everything as well, which is really cool. So I'm going to give the Prehistoric Marine Species Pack a dinosaur rating of 9 out of 10. Included in this pack is 1 variant for the Nothosaurus as well, the 2022 Camp Cretaceous variant, which while I'm not a big fan of, it is a nice gesture that they included that, so I'm going to give 1 point there for variants. And like the other dinosaur packs, there's no extra campaign content or new maps, so 0 for both of those. And the retail price is £5.99, so it gets a change from 20 score of 14 and a grand total score of 24 for a very well earned 4th place. On to 3rd place then we have the Camp Cretaceous pack, and while I'm not a big Camp Cretaceous fan at all really, this pack does have a lot to offer, including 2 new dinosaur species, those being the Scorpius rex and the Monolophosaurus. And I know a lot of people are big fans of the Scorpius rex. I know a lot of people hate the Scorpius rex. I personally don't mind it, but because there's only 2 dinosaurs in this pack compared to the 4 or 5 you get in other packs, means I'm going to give this a dinosaur rating of 5.5 out of 10. Where this pack does shine however is in the variants, including 2 model variants. One of those is the Pierce variant of the Kentrosaurus and the 2015 version of the Ouranosaurus. And when this DLC first launched you could only have them as standalone, but since then they've actually added new skins and ways to mix them up a little bit more as well, so you can really mess about with the Pierce Kentro and the 2015 Ouranosaurus. And you also get 11 unique skin patterns in this pack, including the Scorpius Rex 2015 A and B skin, the Monolophosaurus 2015 skin, the Bumpy skin for Ankylosaurus, 3 skins for the Baryonyx to represent the Baryonyx trio of Grim, Chaos and Limbo, the Toro skin for the Carnotaurus, 2 extra glow-in-the-dark Lux skins for the Parasaurolophus, and the Big E.T. skin for T-Rex. So that's 2 customizable model variants and 11 unique skin patterns, giving the Camp Cretaceous pack a variant score of 7 out of 10. And in this there's no new campaign content or no new maps, so 0 for both of those. And this one retails at £7.99, so call it £8, so the change from 20 score is 12, giving the Camp Cretaceous pack a 3rd place score of 24.5. And in 2nd place then we have the Dominion Biosyn expansion, and unlike just a standard dinosaur pack, these actually are packed with campaign content and new maps, which we'll get into in a moment. But first of all, in this pack you get 4 new dinosaurs, all based on dinosaurs seen in the film Jurassic World Dominion, including the Therizinosaurus, the Dimetrodon, the Quetzalcoatlus and the Pyroraptor. And I will say just right now, every single dinosaur in that pack I really love, especially the Therizinosaurus and the Quetzalcoatlus, giving the Dominion Biosyn expansion a dinosaur rating of 9 out of 10. This pack also has 2 model variants, those being the 2022 skins, the Dominion skins for Dreadnoughtus and the Giganotosaurus, and those can have customizable skins as well, along with 10 unique skins for different dinosaurs, all based around Jurassic World Dominion. And those skins are for the Therizinosaurus, the Dimetrodon, the Quetzalcoatlus, the Pyroraptor, the Dilophosaurus, and the Parasaurolophus. And there is also 2 T-Rex skins. One is the Dominion skin, and the other one is the prehistoric 65 million years ago T-Rex skin as well. So 10 unique skin patterns in this pack, giving the Dominion Biosyn expansion a variant score of 8 out of 10. The Dominion Biosyn expansion also has extra campaign content, including an entirely new Biosyn campaign, which takes roughly 3 to 4 hours to complete, but if you're speed running it, about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And also the Dominion Chaos Theory, based around Owen's shack in Sierra Nevada. And while I do love the Biosyn campaign, it is let down by the Dominion Chaos Theory with frustrating rustlers. And I will be honest, one of the most janky mechanics in the game at times is the handling of the jeeps. They're still quite glitchy, and taking that and making it a core feature of that Chaos Theory, where you've got to use your jeep to shunt these rustlers to disable them, is not a lot of fun at all. Whenever the rustlers show up, you just end up rolling your eyes and just dreading it. It's not the best Chaos Theory, not by a long shot, which kind of lets it down. And it can be completed in less than an hour if you know what you're doing. So I'm going to give the campaign content for the Dominion Biosyn expansion 5 out of 10. Also included is the ability to play the new maps in Sandbox as well, including the Biosyn Valley map and the Sierra Nevada map. And I'm not going to lie, these are very good maps that add good variety to the selection. And for specific park builds, especially Dominion era park builds, you are going to want these maps. They're kind of essential for them builds. So I'm going to give the new map score of 7 out of 10. And this expansion retails at £16, giving it a change from 20 score of 4, meaning a grand total of 33 for a very well earned second place. And we have now reached first place, and I am awarding that to the Dominion Malta expansion. And bearing in mind, in the previous DLC rankings guide, the Dominion Malta pack was the latest one to release, so I was a little bit overcome with novelty with this pack. So for this, I've actually marked it down in a few places, but nevertheless this is still well deserving of first place. And with all that being said, let's get into the stats breakdown. And as you may have guessed, the dinosaurs in this pack are all based around the Malta part of Jurassic World Dominion. And those 4 dinosaurs are the Lystrosaurus, the Oviraptor, the Moros Intrepidus and the Atrociraptor, all of which are great and very unique as well, but in all honesty not as good as the dinosaurs found in the Dominion Biosyn expansion. So I'm going to give this a dinosaurs rating of 8 out of 10. And next up, let's talk about the variants. And this expansion pack has 4 model variants in total, all based around the Malta part of the film Jurassic World Dominion, including variants for the Allosaurus, the Carnotaurus, the Dimorphodon and the Iguanodon, along with 7 unique skin patterns, including all 4 of the Atrociraptor squad, a skin for the Oviraptor, a skin for the Moros Intrepidus and a skin for the Lystrosaurus, all based around the Malta chapter of the film Jurassic World Dominion as well, giving the Dominion Malta expansion a variant score of 7 out of 10. Very good, but not quite as good as the variants seen in the Dominion Biosyn expansion. And next up, let's talk about campaign content, and this is where the Dominion Malta expansion really shines. That being the Dominion Malta campaign, which is a 5-part campaign spread across 3 different Mediterranean islands. And I really love this campaign, I do. It's a little on the short side, but to actually get the trophy you have to 5-star all islands, and of course if you want to unlock all the dinosaurs and everything through the exchange, it's going to take you a very long time, trust me. But if you do rush through this, you can complete this in less than 1.5 hours just to get to the mission end screen is what I mean there. But the campaign is still extremely fun nonetheless. And bear in mind, for the Dominion Malta and Dominion Biosyn scores for the campaign content, that does include the buildings as well that you can use in Sandbox. And the Dominion Malta expansion actually has the whole set of Malta buildings and decorations for you to use outside of the campaign, giving the Dominion Malta expansion a campaign content score of 7 out of 10. And of course those 3 campaign maps can be used in Sandbox as well, those being San Marie Bay, San Albertus and Santa Egidius. And I'm not going to lie, these maps are very fun to build on, and they've only got better since an update, since the last DLC ranked video I did, because there is actually some expanded versions of these maps now, including an expanded San Marie Bay, the one with the large natural lagoon, making the map much more viable for large, interesting Sandbox builds. And in all honesty, some of the most inventive and unique park builds that I've seen have been on these maps, giving the Malta expansion a new map score of 8 out of 10. And just like the Dominion Biosyn expansion, the Dominion Malta expansion retails at £16, giving it a change from 20 score of 4, giving the Dominion Malta expansion a grand total of 34, just narrowly beating the Dominion Biosyn pack by 1 point. And on screen now I will put the full list of DLCs in rank order with all the scores next to them as well. But bearing in mind, even in 8th place, the Deluxe upgrade pack is worth the money in my opinion, especially if you can get it on offer. And like I said, by the time this video releases, if you're watching it the first day or second day, by the 17th of August is when the deal ends, 75% off on some of these DLCs and the base game as well if you've not actually got Jurassic World Evolution 2 yet. Especially considering since launch there's been loads of free updates for the game which have added loads of great stuff. Even if you just want to get the base game for now to try it, it is well worth your time and money, especially if you're a fan of park management games, God Sims, you know, managerial games, or even just the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World film franchises. And of course, with every video I make, I do love to turn these into a dialogue. So please let me know your list in the comments down below, and I'm happy to have a look and chat with you about that. I know that some people may disagree with the list, that's all good. I'm happy to have a conversation about that, of course. And depending on how many more DLC get released for Jurassic World Evolution 2, because we don't really know yet, I will in future make a version 3 of this DLC guide. If you all enjoy this video enough, just stick a like on there. And if more DLC release, of course, just let me know in the comments of this video and I'll get to working on that as soon as possible. And that just about wraps up this video, so I really hope you've enjoyed watching and listening to my thoughts and scores on these DLC packs. And if you want to watch some more Jurassic World Evolution 2 related content, including 10 mods that became features, which I'm soon going to be making a part 2 of, a preview of the most ambitious scenery mod for Jurassic World Evolution 2, which I'm collaborating on, and I'm soon to make a part 2 of that as well, or the playlist of all my Jurassic World Evolution 2 world record speedruns. I'll link all them in the description if you still want to watch some more Jurassic World Evolution 2 related videos after this. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope to catch you all again very soon. All the best. Bye bye.